Welcome to another episode on my walking robot Mirft2 based on the fischertechnik TXT controller running embedded Linux. Last time I found that I had to reprogram the sensors because for some reason 1, 2, and 3 were no longer 1, 2 and 3, or more appropriately they were no longer 0, 1 and 2, but they had become 1, 2 and 3. That's more accurate. ROBOPro had been correct all the time, and programmatically it was confusing, but because it had been 0, 1 and 2. Anyway, another point is that it doesn't walk nicely. I still have to investigate that, and I want to see how the interface works again. The battery has gone dead for a few weeks now, and I still haven't replaced the battery. I have to open the interface. Not quite fond of that. Also last time it went all grey, so I couldn't see anything. So now I can, and I'm running on the AC adapter now, so I can now check a few things. For instance, date and time. Yes, this is going well. And see, it is on, let's say it's the last day of January. It's still morning. And this is quite accurate, so this is nice. Now in this configuration it should be able to receive things, but I want to go back to the default firmware interface, because last time it showed a camera image and I was curious if I could see it here as well. And this is a different interface from the one on the riding robot, which did show it, and I can't see the camera action here. Now let me go here for a moment, and it doesn't show it. Going back here, it only says store, wireless, user interface, language, network, Bluetooth and about. So nothing that says, okay, I can view camera here. So I'll leave this. Going back here. Alright. Now, the oscilloscope is now showing some images, some waves, and that may be due to a wrong time setting. Let me see what effect this has. Pressing sensor 2, pressing sensor 1, and pressing 0. So why does 2 respond? Let me see. Yes, because yellow is connected to, yellow is connected to 2. I reverse them, so now let's see. This is purple, that is correct. Blue is correct, and yellow is correct. Okay. More to check, not on here. Time for the floor test again and see whatever that brings, and whatever the battery brings, because that has proven to be a challenge. It's a freshly charged battery, but will it stay? So, okay, conclusion, for now it does. And let's continue on the floor, because there I can walk without a problem. Right, robot on the floor this time, and last time I also had a problem with one of the objects, which was a battery, and now I've put a flat covering surface on it, so it can't get hooked or well, whatever hindered by it. So let me put this right here and see whatever happens whenever it chooses to go. This is probably again too light, but we'll see whatever happens. First, connect. Again, confirm. And I'm in. Very good. Now, what can I see on it? Not much, if anything. That makes sense anyway. So, let's do something. And I'll probably get a network error first. Camera connected. No sensor readings yet. Alright, let me guide it a bit before it goes all the way before hitting anything. Oops, I didn't foresee that happening. Okay, it doesn't recognize any object at all. And why does this one fall? That is not intention, obviously. So let me grab and put it back and run again. Because I want to see some front sensor on the screen. The connection aborted. Go again. Now it works. No front sensor, of course. Ah, that is called, I'm afraid, a bad design. So it goes from bad to worse. First, the sensor gets stuck behind the bar, that was the first, and now it topples over. Yeah, that's not good. So the mask point is too low now. How can I improve this? That's a good question. It's worthless like this. So let me grab this one instead. Although it can be stuck against this as well. But let's first try it. Network error. Okay, Next attempt. There it goes. No. A little guidance. And it detects front sensor too. That is nice. Very nice indeed. And it does the sound, with which I'm happy. So, yeah. I have a direction problem with the motors, and I have now once again a problem with this object, and a very different one than I had. So two things to think about. Unfortunately, I have to do a screencast like a normal recording because of an audio problem. Anyway, what I intend to do now is see how the motors respond, because there has to be a way that the robot goes in this way and not straight on to the objects. So, selecting ROBOPro, I select the test interface, and with motor 1 and motor 2 I should be able to see something, and more appropriately pulses. Well, here it is on C4, which is correct because they are entering the system on C3 and C4 counters. But let me reset them, and let's see whatever happens if I set both on run. And I think I should set them both to 8 maximum. So how can I do them at the same time? I think I can't, so that is 1 and that is 2. So what happens with the counters? Okay, stop both. And I can clearly see that the incoming counters, C3 is 675, the other is 788. Now I didn't start them at the same time, but I didn't end them at the same time as well. So let me reset them again. Put the robot in the same position again. And in the same starting position, and then run them. So 1, 2. How does it run? And now 1, 2. And okay, I was maybe a fraction slower ending this one, but it can clearly be seen that the pulses coming from 2C3 are only 680 and the other are 870. And then this will be the left side, which runs faster because the pulses are further. And that is leading to my conclusion that the motor just runs faster. So speed 8 here and speed 8 here are not the same speeds for the motor. So how can I control this? If this is M1, oh, that's a good one. Which motor is which, by the way? Controlling which one comes from C4 will have to be set slower, probably to 7, and see whatever that happens. So that's a nice one. Slowing down and see if that improves the running in a straight trajectory. Worth the try. So yeah, let's do that. Now I've determined that the C4, let me go back here, C4 is motor 2. And of course I could easily say, okay, motor 2, go, and then I see that. And that is obviously the left side. So with that determination, I come to another thing. This is the code, and here I have the right side motor set speed minus, backwards, 1023. And 1023 is 2 to the power 10. 2 to the power 8 is 256. So speed 8 is not the same as 2 to the power 8. So how can that be done? Well, dividing by 8 maybe? I don't think so. That will be some, let's say, gamble. But on the other hand, I have to do it with the left side, not the right side. So this one. And let me just say, okay, 2 to the power 7 is 520, but that's half. Maybe that's directly half the speeds. So that's not wise. Yeah, I should say 1000. And see what that brings. Is that the only place that the speed is being set? For the motors, that is. This motor stop. Here it's not being set either. So this is the only place. That's a nice one. This is only for the distance. So with that done, save, and let's see how things will end up. I'm very curious. Another thing is, of course, the object. I have changed the object a bit. I have put that shield perpendicular to the length of the battery pack, so now it can't be tumbled over as easily, if at all. Anyway, let's see how this goes. I'm very curious. Start. And of course, needless to say, it's not attached to the oscilloscope. And okay, that clearly doesn't work out. It's going to the right side again. So let's change it. Let's say 800. See if that matters. Network error, I don't want that. This goes better, but how does it run? Okay, considering the movements, this is going to the right. Now it's the other way. So I have to make it faster, faster than 800. So let's say 900. It's empirical, but at the moment the only way I can do it. So once again, network error, I don't want that. Okay, that's a problem. So, because now it looks like the left side doesn't even run. Let's verify that. Left side, go. It works. Now the right side. Yeah, it does. It works. So that means that there's something wrong in my programming, although I can't figure out what, because it just should run. But at least now I know how to change things in that way. So let's continue with just things on the floor. And oh right, what I haven't done is copying things to the, yeah, as you can see here, I forgot to copy the images because of computer problems. So I'll have to do that once again and then see how the images end up. So focus on the floor again. Hopefully the battery lasts. And to give a better idea of the construction of the object. So this will less likely be thrown over, provided that the robot even hits the object, which I hope happens. So let's go. Network error again. Trying again. Connection. So why isn't this working nicely? This is not what I envisioned. This is all working out. This is all working out. So the last time I tried off camera it worked. So what's wrong now? Not really a cable issue, or is it? Okay, let's try ROBOPro again. Does it work or not? It's the left-hand motor, left-hand motor. That's the wrong one. And that's the right one. Alright. No more proof needed. It works. So why doesn't it now suddenly work when I use Python? I think I know why, but I need to test it a bit. Oh, that's nice. A display flash telling me network error and a lot of other things. Yep. Alright, I think it the speed of 900 is too low to get the motors running properly. So let me increase or decrease, because it's a negative speed, to 950. And start again. Because that may give a problem, but indeed I did put it to maximum speed of 1023 because otherwise it was too heavy. And okay, I am afraid I need a battery pack switch, but let me try once again. Yeah, this is not really working out in movement. So let me switch battery and then see whatever I can come up with. Last part for this episode. I've tried in ROBOPro another way, not in steps of 8 but in steps of speed for 5 with a maximum of 512, sorry. And when I use that I can much more gradually change the speed, and of course since 512 is the half of 1024, it gives a good view of at what speed the motor runs. In the case of this robot with its rather large weight, and it turns out that it only runs nicely at maximum speed. So let me do it again. I select the right side motor at 512. So this is at 421, which could be then 840. And this is now at 484, which is say 960. But that is quite slow. So in that respect, when I have this one set at 480 and this one at full speed, what do we get? Not much. And it all stops for some reason. Anyway, that is the current conclusion. So there is no simple solution to the speed problem, and so there is also no single solution for touching the objects, and that is going to be a problem, and is a problem and will be probably, unless I find a real nice solution. Which brings me to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. What did I do? Well, check which motor is which and giving the most problems. I had to slow down that side, which turns out to be quite difficult if I want to go forward anyway. I changed this object again twice now, and it looks like it's better. The sensors do work. And I hope for a better result next time. For now, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so yet, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you want. It's appreciated. You can also follow me on Twitter. Retweet and like, leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram. Give it a like and comment. I always answer. Please donate to keep videos coming to you. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned depending on the pledge you make, either just on my website or on my website and on the video. More information on my website, and this is of course to be continued. Bye bye.